What is going on, collective? Welcome. Is somebody solar return today? I almost said grand solar return. Or, well, grand solar return to all the Capricorns. On that note, that makes sense. I really almost just said grand solar return, as if somebody's birthday's right now. Shout out to you, beloved. Ashe. Whoever you may be, and blissful grand winter solstice to everybody. Okay, you are forever loved. Much love to all. Let me see if it allows me to do it. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted anyway. Oh, let's get it. Hold up. Let me, you already know the vibes. Winter solstice. One thing I will say is to get this going, know where you are at in your journey, so that way progression is effortless. Know where you are at in your journey, because it's very easy to feel, know, and move as though you are in your own space throughout your journey, and then at the same time something could come around that you give your energy to, and something you have already surpassed, you place yourself in the position to have to repeat it again. And the moment right now for you in that part of your journey is to be at a state of enjoyment, celebration, because there's parts of the journey where we can be a little bit hard on ourselves in terms of how far we go with the disciplining ourselves along the journey, in terms of not doing certain things and to what extent we don't do certain things. And once you have already surpassed that, and what I was speaking to just now is that it could be very easy for something to show up in your environment, literally to test you, in terms of, are you going to indulge in your moment, which is a celebration, or are you going to repeat a cycle in terms of having to discipline yourself again, basically not allowing yourself to celebrate the moment? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Y'all be coming up in here with different languages as if you're not gonna get blocked. Don't nobody got time for that. Don't nobody got time for that. We not entertaining any of that. So yeah, let me adjust our chat, see what the message is for the collective for this wonderful winter solstice. Yo, I might just be the one. This will actually give you all a few to tune in. Is it? Yes, it is. I wonder if it allows it to thought out loud. we go. So there's your mommy. All right. All praise due to the Most High. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, protectors, warriors that guide and protect me. I connect my heart and soul to my heart and soul, the guiding God is within me, within every dimension, highest source of all, in connection to source as an extension of source. Ashe, 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 ashe. 555. It would be. What message you got for the collective? Boom. What message do you have for the collective? Yeah, make sure y'all stay tuned to the community tab so you know when I am accepting bookings for personals. Prior to, I was circulating around the idea of, posting a video in terms of all that it entails, so that way I have an idea. Yeah, I'll do that. But just stay tuned. What message do you have here for the collective for this winter solstice? Now I got chills on my legs. Ooh. I love when this happens, when it's this precise. Got quite the stack. Egg cleanse. Ooh, some of you may have done that today to restart your energy, obviously. Okay. It's placing you on the path of your north node, doing that egg cleanse as well. Or there's this new sense or finding of your creativity, womb space, sacral chakra. You have enough is enough. Time for you to tell the truth. You could be a manifester in human design. You are the pioneer. You speak life into existence. Communication is key for you. So tell the truth, and communication is key. So some of you, if you have been energetically or physically, emotionally out of balance, it's time for you to speak your truth, especially with this coming out. There's something about your throat chakra. I just heard thyroids. That you speaking your truth will actually clear the pathways, okay? Harness the energy of the planet, be one with source, and ground those roots. Seems as though you have a lot of etheric ancestral information that you know that once you say something, you can shift mountains, you can shift realities, you can shift someone's paradigms. I was listening to Kevin Gates today in a post where he mentioned that the reason why his throat chakra was blocked was because he was afraid of saying no to a person and them forgetting that he's ever said yes to them in any given situation. That the moment that you tell someone no, that you've always told yes, they will never remember the yes that you told them, but they'll always remember that one no. If you have anyone in your life that got you feeling that way, you need to get yourself out of that situation. If they're not, in a position to leave your energetic space, you need to be the one to come up out of that, all right? You have here, what are you conscious of? For some of you, this definitely has something to do with the divine feminine queen becoming an empress. So there has been a mastering of the mind or the air elements. There could have been a situation, the way we would look at this from a micro standpoint with the air element in terms of the speaking that came through or whatever the case may be, you harnessing the energy of your closing out the cycle that may have had to do from a micro level, thank you, having to deal with the Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius air signs, okay? And it's showing here with the Divine Feminine Queen, those four queens make up the Empress. So the only thing that you was missing as far as the levels to it was mastering communication, mastering your thoughts, which is connected to the very first law, to connect you to universal law, to connect you to universal principles, so that way you're moving more effortlessly in this here paradigm. Now you become, the one who creates empires and has dominion already to create these empires, okay? What are you conscious of? That you are rising in your frequency. Obviously, again, the swords are coming through with communication. This may also have something to do with the third house, Gemini energy, Mercury, seventh house, Libra, Venus, 11th house, Aquarius, Uranus or Saturn, Uranus and Saturn. Your thoughts are changing, or the way you think about the balance that you have had in significant relationships, whether if they were interpersonal, one-on-one, or groups of people, Aquarius. You have surrender showing up here. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High and be ready to shift, release it, let it go back into the ether, so that way the ethers can transform it, transmute it, transcend it, so that way you can now elevate and expand. You have respond, the universe is nudging you. Some of you in here could be a reflector. That's a very small percentage of the population in terms of human design that are reflectors, highly sensitive to their surrounding energies. You could be one of the first souls that has been on this planet once the moon was involved, because of the connection that reflectors have with the moon, absorbing and reflecting into the world. And things happen for you similar to the way the verbiage is in regards to defining each phase of the moon as a reflector. Respond, the universe is nudging you here for some of you in terms of becoming part of that 1%, the true minority, the gifted, the chosen that answers the call. Not the minority in terms of having less. No, the true minority are the ones that are actually gifted or respond, you know what I'm saying, to those gifts that they have. Love is not attachment. Solar eclipse could be of significance. So April 8th, the splitting of the worlds here. Love is not attachment, 520 Leo Scorpio. There's definitely a recalibration happening from the heart space, the heart of transformation. So the royal you start on Thatis could be of significance, Scorpio energy for sure, or Leo, the heart. We have, again, solar eclipse. Whatever this is in regards to your heart chakra could have been a situation where you have been taken advantage of. The universe, source wants to let you know it had to unfold this way, so that way you can connect to higher love, have that sense of freedom, the sense of freedom. So now we're speaking of you connecting to your first eye that we call the third, and your crown, which stands right above your head, and connection to your soul star energy, so that way it can assist you to break toxic patterns. And then we have third deacon. Do we get a sign? So third deacon Leo, third deacon Scorpio. That would be 7 of Wands and 7 of Cups. Sevens are very significant. Again, 9:33 on the timer. You got waxing gibbous. Okay, that could be of significance in terms of the reflector. This phase speaks of tweaking, honing, and making adjustments when it comes to your boundaries, as you're being brought, as you're seeing the levels of transformation that you've had. Because I'm seeing the shadow image, and the person looking at the 7 cups, or the 7 deadly sins in terms of not resurrecting from when you aim at something and you miss the target, which is the actual terminology of the word sin, is an archery term. So that deadly sin is more so sitting in a position where you felt as though you didn't hit the target and feeling sorry for yourself and all this other nonsense, letting that shit go. Setting boundaries towards the old version of yourself, where you would allow yourself to sit there and feel, You know what I'm saying? As though you're not able to rise up, and now you're doing that. You're becoming more aware. You're responding to the universe that is nudging you, that it's time to deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High, especially if this has to do with another person. Really releasing, you know, wanting to control the situation, wanting to get someone to see or understand you or whatever it is y'all got going on. Remember, the only one that's here to understand you is you. That once you have that understanding with yourself and overstanding as well, you can have an outer standing with everyone else around you, especially the vibration that matches you. Why am I going so fast? Don't ask me any questions. That's just the way the energy is, because I'm literally getting hot right now. Whew. I love to see it though. I really do. I do. Let's see what these animal spirit cards are talking about. Now, when I pull these are, as far as the animalistic nature of oneself, I kind of connect these two, depending on the energy, but right now it's coming through as the solar plexus. So let's see. What's the vibe? Polar bear. Brave, resourceful, enduring. You are being guided to ignite your spark for life and triumphantly move forward towards your heart's desires. You possess the emotional. See, you possess the emotional, which now it puts you in a position to have control over your thoughts. You possess the emotional and physical strength to navigate any landscape with grace and conviction, unbothered, even in the presence of a trigger. And you're definitely highly protected here by a maternal energy. The polar bears, that's very strong motherly energy. Yeah, you're being watched over, but you also have a stronger connection to your heart space. You are being guided to find a serenity and stillness. Hear your thoughts. There you go. And acknowledge your feelings. There's that. The answer to any question is inside you. You are the magic key that unlocks the doors to unconditional love, balance, and abundance in your life. Respectfully, just mind your business. Everybody else's, it's none of yours. And the way people feel about you minding your business is none of your business. Just remain calm, observant, and wise. Yes, especially you that recently had a dream about an owl. I wasn't going to say it, but there we are. Another bear. And an elk. Fatherly energy, mother and father. Okay. Wow. I just saw the high priest and the high priestess. The Hierophant and the high priestess. You got bear, unconditional love. Playful and protective. You are being guided to rest and enjoy yourself and others. Create balance in your life and follow your truths. You will. It's not a question if you will. You will intuitively know when and how to take inspired action. You have immense inner wisdom and physical strength. The elk, stamina, awareness, and tenacity. You are being guided to keep your eyes, mind, and heart on your desires. Then we just talk about minding your business. Okay. Marshal your power to follow through and break free from discomfort so you can continue on the path of your North Node. It does speak about stepping out your comfort zone, but it's another, part of it in terms of breaking free from the discomfort and still continuing to take those steps out of your comfort zone. Expand and stretch yourself. For somebody, that means literally stretch. And stretch yourself in ways you never thought possible. You are a teacher and student of life. Get up in nature as well. For some of you, that means barefoot. Especially if you've been seeing 1919. I just saw it. So don't tell me no, you ain't got to do it, or you did it. Go do it again. Go do it again. That's funny as shit, though. Somebody said I got an Eiffel Tower on my head. That's crazy. They did use the N-word very disrespectfully, though. However, to in a disrespectful manner. But don't let me catch your ass in the spiritual. Anyway, that's not for y'all. I just thought that was funny randomly. 2008 could be a significance. 2011 with people that you are now fully disconnected from, haters. It has to suck to really be a hater for real. It has to. I'm pretty sure haters think of that as well. This is why they be hating. Yeah, obviously that's clear as day. You only gonna hate on somebody when your life sucks. When a person life sucks, that's when they gonna hate. This shit is sad, bro. Polar bear. What's the? Ooh, speaking of. Shine on them. Yeah, let them put them hater blockers on, but you shine on them. It's time for y'all to shine, okay? Yeah, it's time for you to shine. You got deception and envy, 7 of swords, moon in Aquarius. Speaking of, what are you conscious of? Where the universe is nudging you. You had a divine feminine queen to an empress. And we already mentioned the air elements, and you have the first card of Aquarius showing up here. So with that being said, this has to do with you mastering your thoughts and your feelings when it comes to the way people see you or perceive you. You know what I'm saying? So victory and success, ashe. That when you speak your truth, because this is coming through as Archangel Gabriel, throat chakra, that when you speak your truth, that's the trumpet sounding. You know what I'm saying? That's G checking the shit out of people. That light blinds those that cannot comprehend, for real. What's the bear? And then there goes Gemini showing up. Suffering in silence, 9 of swords. This is Mars and Jupiter and Gemini. I get the whole concept of giving love to all things, but some of y'all gotta really, you know what I'm saying, have your boundaries when it comes to where you're giving that love to. Because if people want to just keep expressing themselves and moving in a way where they're not of love, let them be in their own corner with their own demons, and you take that love somewhere else where it can grow. That shit is draining. That's not what you do with that, with love. You can, that type of love you give to somebody from a distance. Let them go about their business for real. Rejoice in celebration. The beginning of this message, obviously nothing is a coincidence, but yeah. There's something about energies coming back around right now. And this is a moment for you to rejoice in celebration. But in the past, it has also been a moment where you have been very disciplined in terms of what you would do during specifically the winter solstice, what you would stay away from, what you wouldn't indulge in, to the point where if you are doing this around people or situations that have you feeling as though you have to defend and set up boundaries, we have to set up boundaries and walls, it can be very uncomfortable because them walls hurt. You know what I'm saying? Them walls keep you caged in. The boundaries, you can still move around and about. But it's time for you right now to, you know, rest and enjoy yourself. That's the first thing that it says. And if you're around other people that you can do this with, amazing. Go for it. Y'all just enjoy yourselves. Because that's really a message I'm getting here for the collective, is to enjoy yourself. because I'm sensing this energy where it's not going to take away from, you know what I'm saying, the work that you've been doing 944 on the time. It's not going to take away from the work that you've been doing to elevate, to ascend, to heal. In fact, you celebrating allows you to graduate from all of the shadow work that you've been doing. It's especially, you know, with the fact that the shadow work is helping you to heal and no longer cope with situations. What's at the bottom? Yeah, look at this. Fulfillment of wishes, 9 of Cups. Everything, it seems as though that everything that was hidden in terms of deception and envy, 9 and 3, 12, has been brought up to the surface for it to be cleaned out once and for all. What's the elk? You are being guided to keep your eyes, mind, heart, and soul on your own desires. And then there we go with that minding your business part. The card that comes out, boom, victory and success. You have more success minding yours completely, especially when it comes to the way people respond to you by minding yours. Allow that passion to ignite. Didn't one of them cards say that over here? Yes, the very first one. You are being guided to ignite your spark for life and triumphantly move forward towards your heart's desires. Passion ignited. Let's go. 736 is the number on the board right here. Moon in Aquarius, 3 of Cups, Mercury in Cancer, Jupiter Leo, 6 of Wands, victory and success. So we got 2 fixed signs and 1 cardinal. Yeah, it's time for you to take the lead in what it means to rejoice in celebration when it comes to your life. Something has to change here that you used to be really fixed on. That's 13. Yeah, definitely. 7 and that's 6. Ashe. I'm through source with the day. All right, let's get a little bit more into this. Matter of fact, no. We're going to go into a Celtic spread. I'm not going to waste too much time on that. It's not a waste of time, but that's just the way the energy flowing, baby. Okay. Look at that. Moving forward. Moving out of situations, murky situations, into stable waters, stable emotions, controlled emotions. 727 on the screen. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, with the World card popping up. Whoa. Destiny fulfilled is exactly what I heard just now. Destiny fulfilled. That shit. Whew. Lord. Wow. Whatever it is that you're doing and is disturbing, bringing up other people's demons, again, the way other people respond to what you're doing that has to do with your truth ain't got nothing to do with you. Everything that has to do with you is what you're doing for you. The way other people respond to the way you moving for you, that ain't none of your business. As long as nobody touch you. Got me out here looking as though somebody mama. Yo. Source made sure it took its time with me having children, because boy, shit. What? You gonna see a real beast. All right. Let's get into it. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune again shows up. Some of y'all gonna win real big from something you've been investing on. 2929 on the timer. That's 1111. Yeah, some of y'all definitely opened up a portal here. 710. You just gotta stay focused on gratitude and abundance and get out of your head. You're no longer stuck. Once you take the blindfold off, you realize that the waters around you are calm and you're in a safe space. And this could even be just within yourself, that it's okay for you to feel as though you're in a safe space with yourself. 9:49 on the clock. Some of y'all just gotta let go. Really let go. Current situation, the Hierophant. Ooh. Ooh wee. You mastered the Five of Swords, which would be connected to conflict and defeat when it comes to those around you. You've mastered the Five of Pentacles when it comes to a scarcity mindset. You have conquered the Five of Wands when it comes to people being in a position to be in competition with you. And you have conquered the Five of Cups of sorrow, pains, and regrets. For this to be the current situation, didn't we talk about this just not too long ago, that the High Priest and the Hierophant were showing themselves within the mind's eye energy? What's at the bottom? So much so you're going towards the 6. So there's an alignment of the soul and the body with this showing up here. For some of you, if you're someone who looks into the Bible, this would be, for you specifically, the moment where you have an overstanding and outerstanding for your life and your journey when it comes to walking into the house of the water bearer, walking into the space of your life that has to do with you knowing, no longer hoping, but knowing where you're going next. You know what I'm saying? And having the faith that where you're going next is where you're supposed to go, because you have a clear conscience when it comes to the messages that you've been receiving, the downloads, the synchronicities. Now you're very well aware, especially with the Hierophant coming up as your current situation, your current energy. Where do we just stop at? Ooh. It's the beginning of prosperity. Walking through a whole new portal. 0. You have a new way of centering yourself also. That was crazy. What's the challenge? The Star. Speaking of walking into the house. Huh. Your challenge is healing. Your challenge is connecting to things as a result of your healing that you can build for the long term. With the Star coming up. It could also be a situation where 3322, speaking of synchronicities also, where the challenge is connecting the dots. That's the first time it's been this cold out here. It's 39 degrees. Well, that I noticed. Anyway, 39 could be of significance. March 9th, definitely so, because it's 9:33 on the screen right now. 9:53 on the clock. Ooh, a Pisces could be a significant, or somebody's left foot. 33:55. Somebody's left foot. What the fuck? The Star's at the bottom of the deck, because I got 2 decks, but and the Star came out. This, okay, wait a minute. Whoa. With the Hierophant showing up first, let's just put it this way. See all this nonsense that is going on right now, where it's easy for people to get distracted? You're one of those who has the occult keys. This is a whole different scenario as to where this reading was actually going, wherever it was going. But where my occult cards at? We ain't about to play this shit. Not that. Nope. Where they at? Okay. Some of you in here watch Isis Wisdom. Ashe, much love to the goddess. But look what shows up. King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. 3218. I'm going to just go with these two numbers right here. This in specific makes men fly into passionate rage and desire, destroys the happiness of married couples, wastes the beauty of virgins, reveals the future. As far as those one, hold on. Give me a second. What's that? That's the answer. Does that mean drop the tower? Because from another deck, the tower card came out. So use this deck instead of this one to before I say something else. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the event. Yo. Hold on. What in the I just realized my things weren't on. Hold on. I gotta turn that on. You gotta turn that baby on. Fuck, where was... That's alright. Okay. And the other one teaches the value of herbs. Teaches the values of herbs and stones. Transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. Asmodeus and Bathim. King of Wands, Knight of Wands. I'm asking about, you know what I'm asking about. Do we mention this now? Do we bring that type of awareness? So, rebirth. 9 of Cups. 19. This right now, what I'm going through, to say what to see from to say what I'm supposed to say, it's me being a Sag and me being blunt is I don't know what. And I know I could just be saying anything. Caterpillar. Not yet. Not yet. However, I'm saying enough though. Caterpillar shows up with 3218. Early stage of development. Early stage of development. Let me go to the Mystic Martians. That's all I have to see from this. I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna do what I do off of here. I know that. Okay, say less. Anyway, 959. 959. If you know who you are cosmically, you already know where I'm going with this message. You heard everything I just said telepathically. That's what that message is for. It ain't for this. It's not for this. That's wild because just now it was the third eye card that just showed up. Anyway, what's the message here with the double star? Mystic Martians, what's the double star energy? Earth element. Okay. Survival, adaptable, reliable. You'll be able to survive This closing of a cycle, Ouroboros, infinity, eternal, and plas. I was about to say plas life, as in plasma life. Surviving the transition in terms of the merging of all dimensions. That's part of the challenge right now. As long as you stay committed to your truth, you'll be able to move through this phase, this early stage of development, very smoothly. Now they're showing me the Hermit card. As far as some of you may really want to get into the chakras of your hands, okay? Palmistry, as far as the reason why they're showing me the Hermit, the lamp that the Hermit holds, but it's also when you play with that word, you also get palm. Okay? What's the basis of this? 1001. Something is being reflected back to you that has to do with your shadow or a demon that now works for you, or you're recognizing what that energy really means is just a lower vibrational emotion. Some of you used to be really connected to a state of rage that you used to have, but now you're really using that rage and that anger as a source or tool of alchemy. But when it comes to you moving with your magic, moving with your abilities, you're coming from a space of love, but using that anger as an ingredient, not as the entire. What's the best word I have to use for right now? It's just an ingredient. It's not the actual meal. Because you're not going to sit there and eat spoons of fucking adobo. You're going to use it as an ingredient to whatever it is that you're making. The basis of this is the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. There's something sitting on some of y'all's shoulders, whether this is figuratively speaking or a guide, or for others of you, this would be having to do with wings that you have that come out of here. You're a being that has wings that comes out of here. This is fucking phenomenal. However, if we're looking at this from the most mundane aspects of it, this is showing unconditional love off rip. You got the King of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, which is the upper echelon energy of Taurus, the macro to the micro. The micro of this Hierophant will be the King of Pentacles. So 4404 on the timer. So this current energy is showing that you've mastered something within your earthly existence, that now it's allowing you to receive the Holy Grail or a new cup coming from your heaven, your main source, your mind's eye, especially after the cycles you've been through. Some of you are literally in a position where you're seeing there's a huge significance as to Saturn being here and the moons being here. Because there was a moment where Saturn was basically the sun in the sky. Bruh, this is Interstellar. Some of you have to watch Interstellar again. Some of you have to watch Interstellar. That's what's happening. Yo, I love that movie. Me and my nephew love that movie. My nephew was Gemini. He's my entire polar opposite, literally same degree, but he a Gemini. Royal stars, because my energy is on Thatis, his is Aldebaran. Michael and Uriel energy. We in this thing. Now, because also, here are two things some of you have to watch. Interstellar and the Dark Crystal. In regards to the Great Conjunction, as to why we even have the fucking moon in the sky. No shade to the moon, but at the same time, boom. It's just the representation as to what we are in this physical body. When that biblical text tells you ye are gods, the understanding of that is that everything around you is reflecting back to you who you are, what you are, what you are. Yes, you are. Oh, Yahweh. Whatever. I'm more keen to the energy, the names and stuff, whatever. Especially as an embodiment of the feminine energy and the masculine as well. But anyway, there's a different perception some of you here are gaining when it comes to the realization of what you see around you is a reflection of you. It takes great responsibility and accountability to see what it is that you are experiencing and recognize that is the result of your feelings and your thoughts that have manifested. As the entire wizard Dumbledore shows up on the screen. How cute. What's in the immediate past? What's at the bottom here? Yep, you definitely mastered that Five of Pentacles. That's what it was. It's the scarcity mindset that some of you here have overcome. That now your current energy, the reason why you're in this Hierophant stage is because you've mastered your belief in you not being enough, saying enough is enough with that perception of you not being enough, because that really was the first card you got out here, wasn't it? Yep. We got 144, 555, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. For some of you, you saw something where you saw 12, 12, 12. This message is definitely for you, my love. What's in the immediate past? Did something else turn over? Oh shit, for some of you, you leaving a relationship in the past. Or there's a certain relationship that you were in that is the reason why you're in this current energy. And you're in this current energy more than possibly so because of the forgiveness you've placed for yourself, first and foremost, and that person. Between that cycle that you have with that person and where you are now, you possibly had, several other connections with other people that got you to see the importance of that person and the reason why it seemed as though these other people were this person, when in reality, that person came in with the entire blueprint of what it is that you had to overcome within yourself. And not fully doing so in that moment, this is how beautiful your higher self is when it comes to you connecting with it. because you didn't recognize that that person came through with the full blueprint to get you into this phase of the Hierophant, that situation ends, and then you get bits and pieces in these next situations that literally embodies the essence or the energy of this previous person, or just in general, that's the whole line of it. You know what I'm saying? Where you overcome and you actually go through this process or this practice of forgiveness of yourself and all of those other people. So basically, I'm seeing somebody write something down and do a burning paper ritual. But you have to feel that within yourself. It's one thing to write things out. One of the things I've always suggested this is it's the brown paper and a pencil, lead, connected to Saturn. So that way you can actually close out these cycles. Yeah. So for you to close out these cycles, you want to write with a pencil. That's lead. You want to have a connection with Saturn and closing out certain things, get you a pencil. What's up there? The Queen of Cups. Holy Grail energy, but Queen of Cups is Cancer. Now, the Queen of Cups also has to do with someone who is highly intuitive, nurturing, pregnant with an idea that your emotions are completely connected to. Some of you have an idea that your emotions are literally just, you know what I'm saying? It has a tight grip on it. It's not, whatever this idea is, whether if it's of yourself or a project that you want to start, it really helped you to make certain decisions in life when it came to certain people around you. What wants to show itself? Yeah. And you walking away from situations that no longer serve you. What's at the bottom? Ooh, I even beat that. Wow. Okay. Destined and fated situations that you had to walk away from. You see the way this is coming through? Your subconscious mind, and for some, this message is really for those who are aware of their higher self archetype as an archetype, your higher self as an archetype, and it guiding you through situations in life. If you are someone who's into galactic signatures, you would know this is you, because when you look at the affirmation, each galactic signature has an affirmation. The ones that have the last line of "I am guided by my own power" doubled, that's the clear indication that you are someone who is an archetype of your higher self. You're the literal embodiment of your higher self. I have that in mind. I'm a white rhythmic world bridger in galactic signature. So this is why you hear me talk a lot about transformation, the death process, or what that means to end something, or you'll constantly hear me talking about ending a cycle. Because that's what I'm here for, to help people to transition out of ending a cycle, or even see that this cycle got to end. You ain't sitting there doing the same shit over and over again. Because once you approach me, whether if it's here or in person, or however it is that you encounter my vessel, you're at a point in your life where there's something that has to end that you keep repeating over and over and over again. And it's not whether you're going to be honest with yourself to close it out. No, you've approached this part of your life where you encounter my energies because you're ready to close it out. What's next? 2 cards. King of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess. Act as if you don't know. Act as if you don't know. Some of y'all, you really gonna be. What is this? Now I'm on your ass. I love you, but now I'm about to be on your ass. Let me see something. What is the collective ignoring here in the immediate future that's being revealed with the High Priestess? And for others of you, this message is giving you a glimpse of someone who may tell you something later on that they have no knowledge of, moving as if they do. And right now we're having a conversation that when that situation approaches you, you're going to be on some, you may have a deja vu moment. That's all I'm going to say about that. What is the collective ignoring here with the King of Swords in reverse? Something you got to move on from. Hey, how many times did this energy show up? This would be the third time or fourth time? Especially in matters of love. If you come across a scenario in a partnership where you have a conversation about something that's not working for the partnership and it happens again after you had one conversation about it. See, in that instance, some of y'all better than me on that shit. I'll tell you that. Because one thing about me, if I feel I even have to have a conversation, especially if you're someone who is vocal, about certain things, and it's not a formal conversation where you tell this person or someone you're in a partnership with, yo, we have to have a conversation about this because something isn't working, even after, especially after you have been vocal about it. One conversation is okay. A second time? I mean, honestly, this energy is coming up as if this would be the fourth time that somebody is having a conversation. For some of you, it's way more than that. What was the first card that came out? This is why some of you are seeing those numbers. 144, 555, that 555. If that is you, ignoring something that you're supposed to be moving on from, this message right now is your final, absolute final warning before Source makes the moves for you. And I'm going to be real blunt in this sense now. Because the way that comes about for certain people, it's a sickness, a death of a loved one. Some real catastrophic shit happens. The way this energy is coming up right now, for some of you, I feel the energy of ancestors that's been literally telling you, get out of there now. For the first card to be enough is enough. Especially if you've been seeing these numbers, 144, 555, 1212. Is either get out of there or say what you have to say. Speak up. Speak up. Because speak up in terms of if you have to tell a person no. And similar to the way Kevin Gates had that experience, that being afraid of saying no because the person may forget all of the yeses you told them. If you don't tell them that no, you're going to experience that same spiral downward that they were just supposed to experience on their own. This person may have a dog, or a dog is significant, or a Scorpio could be of significance, or some of you have a connection to Anubis. What up is the transformation? Hey, what up, fam? Listen. Heat turned on too. A lot of shit going off. It's shit about to go up. It ain't going down. Shit about to go up. Yeah. What's the advice? Nine of Pentacles with... It's 1019 and that's 19 right now. And it's 9:59 on the screen. For some of you, that 555 been showing up on some, oh, you're not gonna move? You're not gonna say what you got to say? You're not gonna G-check this person? You just gonna keep letting, you're not gonna walk away from this situation you know it ain't for you? You just gonna sit there and keep taking that? $22:20 on the screen, on the time. And it's the winter solstice, by the way. So this is the energy of death, for real? Transformation? Yeah, it is. 6111. Don't get too focused on, don't even say that either. That's a message for some of you, but I was about to say something. The horn just went off too. That was a reminder for me, because I was really about to go off on some. I'm being mindful too. What's in the environment here? So your advice is to end the situation, because there's been way too much betrayal here. Way too much. How much more do you feel you have to take before you? Okay, I heard a mental condition. Okay. Now, that mental condition is at that space. Let's look at this from so many different perspectives, but we're gonna narrow it down as best as possible right now. Let's say it's something that one is not aware of. It's because energetically, this is something that has been passed for eons within someone's bloodline. That the DNA builds in a way that this type of mental dysfunction becomes normal. Now, if this is something new that someone picked up, 2222, in this particular cycle that they're in of a lifetime, it could be, all of it has to do with what it is that you are indulging in repeatedly as a habit. That it has become something that is the norm. It has become something that is an actual thing for someone's life, until you are the one that makes the adjustments. Now, it's going to be different for those that, you know, this is something that's coming from a generational wound for eons. That's been, this energy or this way of being has been passed down, because it's what leads someone into success, when it literally puts someone into a fucking hole. For others, this is something that you literally just possibly picked up because of a relationship. Now, let's say if this is someone, it's because of a relationship, and it's not so much the bloodline you come from. You may be someone who has special gifts, and what wasn't nurtured as you grew up was your abilities. So you may have had the most beautiful life growing up, but there's a part of you that people don't know and that you hide from people. That can create a mental dysfunction where you're not speaking your truth, and you're not allowing yourself to be the version of yourself that you came here to be. So the most important thing within all of this right now is do a self-inventory. Are there any ideas or ways of being that you know, you don't believe and hope that you will reach there, you know? Some of you may feel as though that you don't know, because you have put into practice, or you have a habit of what has been placed on you by others, in terms of you're not supposed to do this and you're not supposed to do that. But take that personal inventory of yourself and really For some of you, that's where you can start in terms of breaking a habit that has to do with you stepping away from your most authentic expression of yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, soulfully, spiritually, all of these. Okay? What's in the environment? How is the collective being viewed? That's the real question. How are you being? Two of Pentacles, indecisive. Indecisive. People seeing you as indecisive because you have a lot of ideas. Yo, tell them to go. Some of you, that's really what you have to say to certain people, but in the most intellectual way. Tell them to go kick rocks with no shoes on. Big boulders. 65, 55. You see that shit? Yeah. 2225 on the time, on the clock. Some of y'all need to really tell people to go fuck off. To go kick boulders of rocks with no shoes on and no socks on either. Just straight up barefoot. And mind their business. Because they feel as though 6622 that you got to focus on one thing to be successful. Meanwhile, your energy is so expansive that you're able to do multiple things at once. So however it is that is you doing something in the way that you feel that works for you, whatever works for you, you do what you do. That shit got to stop. What's behind this? It's time for you to Mars and Pluto. Pluto and Mars right here. Aries, Emperor, and Pluto. Child. What's this? It's time for you to give yourself that love. And that means by stepping into your power. Because, yeah, see this? Right, but it's... Some of y'all been giving too much love to people who are so... It's not a comparison, but you see how many cards are here. You're giving energy to these competitive demons because people are in competition with themselves, and so they want to be in competition with other people. You're giving them the validation to be so close to your heart space. Look at this shit. You're allowing them to be so close to you when they this far back. You can look at this as lifetimes or light years. You're allowing these light years to be right next to you and shit. Some of y'all is on top of you. Hell nah. Not today. Not today. Step into that power. Go through that. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Let's listen to this shit from the beginning. What's in this hopes and fears position? What's in this hopes and fears position? Seven of Cups. Third Deacon, we already mentioned that earlier. Love is not attachment. Some of you are attached to something and you feel as though you don't have options, or at least that's the way you used to. For some of you, you're in that space. This is why you're in a space of hope and fear, and you're in this survival mode because you're the serpent, your wisdom from learning the lesson, that serpent is still coiled up and the root chakra is not able to expand because you're in survival mode. Some of you literally got back pain because of that. Your lower back fucking you up right now. Especially if you're supposed to be, for example, an entrepreneur or in a position where you have authority over what it is that you want to do and the way you want to do it. And you're not doing that. That 555, the way it would come through in terms of source taking control of it, the universe taking control of it, you won't feel that in your body. You won't feel it in your lower back. That's why wherever you have pain at or discomfort, look at the meridian of that area of your body. It can tell you which chakra is not activated or blocked. And work in that chakra. All right. King, Queen of Wands. You got options. The only option you should be focused on, 70, 00700 is your purpose, your spiritual purpose. Go where your soul leads you. You got this sunflower, this black cat. You can see through many dimensions. Yeah, you see the many options that you have, but you don't see the main thing. You are that main thing. You have to know who you are deeply within your life force energy, within your blood. Big Aries energy here with this Queen of Wands. The queens are the cardinals, fire, Aries. What's behind her? So this is obviously something you're mastering because the Hierophant came out, which means the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups is what you're mastering to be in this current energy, is what you have mastered to be in this current energy. The challenge is seeing that you've healed from it and rejoicing in celebration. That's the final part here. This is why I'm saying earlier that this moment right now of this solstice, you may be doing rituals. For some of you may doing a practice or a ritual that's it's connected to a discipline that you have that doesn't allow you to be in a state of celebration. It kind of has you in this martyr type of energy that you got to get out of. Okay. What's the outcome? That was about to be a whole lot of cards. Yo, but look what turns over. I'm going to see how many cards came out with it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10. Because when the challenge came out of the star, that card was at the bottom of the deck. You got a whole new, you're in a whole new paradigm. Your whole entire soul and body is in a whole different paradigm. The way some of you are thinking about your situation is not where your body is. It's not where your soul is. All you got to do is get into your body. Some of you, you be hitting your trees and shit. Use that wisely. If it's going to take you into your body, get into your body. With the Queen of Cups here crowning this reading, get into your body. Get into those feelings. Some of you got to cry something out. Some of y'all out here being way too fucking tough. Some of you call yourself warriors and feel as though you don't have to cry. That ain't it. It's just, I'm not even going to go any deeper into it, but that ain't it. Let me see. What's the 8th one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was that? Yeah, because all together was 9. 7. Let's do it again. What's 8? 1. Hmm. 1033. 1073 on the screen. Oh yeah, I see over here. Let me tell you something. Your life is just straight up alchemy. If you found a way to get here, you've reached a point where your life is alchemy. And having an understanding, overstanding, and outerstanding of what that means. Which means what? You see how happy this child is on this horse? Everything you see around you is your imagination coming true. But if you got too much nonsense and things that just it's not even supposed to be there, you miss out on the fun. It's time for you to have fun. Stop being so hard on yourself. No, we're not looking at the rest of these cards, because with that sun card showing out there, we're not about to look at nothing else. With that, my loves, have a blissful evening. Winter solstice ward. I love you. Ciao.